Alright, finally something I'm really waiting for. A CHEVY C1500 from Matchbox Moving Parts. And this is not the only one that I found and I really wanted. Found these two and this thing. So let's review them. So yeah, found this one on the pegs. Well, not really on the pegs, but on the bottom of the pegs because it's already broken right here. So somebody just left it under the pegs, and I see it, and I know this only came one per case. So I'm so excited to finally see this thing and get it in my hand right now. So in the moving part where this case came from, this car only have one. There's only one CHEVY C1500 per case, and if in that case includes the chase car on a Matchbox, which is like the treasure hunt version of Matchbox, this car will be swapped out. So yeah, it's pretty rare, and I actually kind of glad because people in my area, they're more going towards a Japanese car, so they usually kind of left the American cars on the pegs, becoming a peg warmer, because I love American cars. And this is the cars that I've been looking forward to. So let's get it open. You know, I don't really care this got a tear right here because I'm gonna just open it anyway, so let's just do that. A little ASMR here, guys. There I go. Oh yeah, a little bit. I just want to talk a little bit because it's a little bit weird because on the case and the actual product they got different wheels. I mean, Matchbox have these wheels, but they actually kind of implement the wrong wheels on the car. So that's kind of funny, having a different set of wheels. But anyway, here it is, and let's take a look. Oh well, not really liking this packaging, but you know what, kind of quirky, maybe gonna be interesting in the future. But here it is. Wow, this is probably like one of the best C1500 besides, you know, Greenlight or M2s. You know, finally from Mattel. Ah man, I just love this truck, this generation of truck, the old body style. Oh yes. And it's just beautiful. They don't, the bed is, a whole of the bed is metal. So they're not really cheaping out, because Hot Wheels, they kind of cheapen out sometimes. And you could see there's a little tab right there because this part is a plastic part. So they have to make a little tab like that. I already painted it black because it was actually a body color, so you're gonna really notice it. And they do it because they have to put a rivet down there, so it's attached to the metal parts, not the plastic part. But in here they actually made the whole bed metal. It's a part of the body, so I'm so glad they actually did that. That's a really nice decision. Absolutely make the trucks looks even better. Let's see on the back, there's a Chevrolet with the tempo taillights. Tempo is not really going to the side though, unfortunately, but that's okay. And that's the bumper, the chrome bumper looks really nice. The interior, can we see the interior camera? Can you give a little focus on the interior? Thank you so much. Interesting, that's very nice. You got a little yeah, that looks like a folded armrest. Looks pretty cool. And yeah, it looks like that's a really looking like a stock interior right there. Interesting. Even got some cup holders too. Well done. Really nice, really cool. You got side mirrors. The front, got headlights tampoed on a plastic, which is interesting. And you also got the turn signals as well. You can't really see the headlights a lot, but they're actually tampoed in. They're usually not, you know, giving it any tampo because it's already chrome. If they didn't tampo that, you know, they could just get away with that. But the fact that they actually give little tampos on the headlights is actually a pretty nice thing. Let's open the hood then. Let's see the engine. Whoa, that's a pretty tight. There we go. Ooh, wow. Look at that engine. That's a very, very cool and detailed engine. Absolutely loving that thing. Wow. I mean, Matchbox really, you know, moving forward in their game and moving part sections, because I have the Dodge Charger Hellcat with the opening hood, and they didn't even like print anything on the engine, so it's like just black plastic, which is kind of sad to me, so I have to like paint it myself. But this one is looking pretty nice. Look at the detail on that. Look, I could see the alternator or something. Maybe that's an alternator? It looks like it. Or maybe an AC compressor. I don't know if this is a carburetor or fuel injected. But that's a solid engine right there. Looking pretty cool. And you're not only getting openable hood, but also openable tailgate. Wow. How about that, huh? Openable tailgate and openable hood. Jeez, dude. Golly. Thank you so much, Matchbox, for doing this. The wheels actually, it's not so bad, but you know what? With some American racing wheels, that looks actually a lot better. Maybe some off-road tires too. But yeah, I don't know. Will I swap this thing with another wheels? Perhaps, but it's looking really nice already. So that's the Chevy, and I absolutely love the fact that I actually find this thing. So thank you guys for those who don't take this on the packs, giving me straight away. Thank you so much. So let's moving forward to the Ford Mustang. I know this one is an old one, but you know, it's a little bit harder to come by because a lot of people know this is like, oh yeah, this is a Ford Mustang, American muscle car from Fast and Furious and whatever. So they're kind of like flying off the shelf a lot more. You know, just because it is a black Ford Mustang. But generally, every other American muscle car, they just don't care. But for some reason, on this one, they kind of changed their minds. So yeah, I'm just glad I finally get this black Ford Mustang from 1969. Yep, it's a 1969 because 1970 they got like, you don't have any headlights on this side, just like a, you know, like a little fence. Check that out. Ford Mustang. It's just unfortunate they don't use the chrome parts in this one, because if this is the chrome, that would look so much better. Even on the back, if these are chrome, they're just gonna fly off like this thing. I mean, it's a plastic. Why not just using a chrome like this to make it more stand out on a Mustang? And look at that, you don't even get a tampoed tail light in this one, which is unfortunate. And the headlights, the front, they don't get anything. You just tampoed on the side, the door handles, which is pretty nice. You get side mirrors too. The proportion looks pretty nice. It's a spoiler. It's not a separated parts. Yeah, that looks really nice. It would look even nicer if I could paint this bottom parts black, make it looks like have a floating bumper. It would look even better. Even on this side too. Paint it black. It would look super cool. On the interior, steering wheels looks like a little bit weird, but the seats looks cool. On the tempos, there's a Boss Trio 2 tempoed on the side, but I don't remember if the Boss Trio 2 have a middle stripe as well, but I think they have a middle stripe in my memory, but I don't know. You tell me in the comments down below. I mean, looks pretty alright. So let's check out the engine. Oh, it's not holding up. Oh, nice. You got tempoed engine. Thank you so much. Yeah, there's the hood. There's the engine. There's got like the Boss. And on the side is a Trio 2. Looking pretty nice. You got the radiator up front, and then it's going on this side too. Nice. You also got the struts tempoed there. The racing, pretty cool. Yeah, it's just unfortunate it doesn't have a lot more detailed tempos up front and on the back, which is okay for me, but would be better if they just did it anyway. So finally, let's move on to this. This is Hot Wheels Boulevard series, and I have a lot to say about the Hot Wheels Boulevard series these days, because Hot Wheels Boulevard, they used to be about car cultures, and I have a couple of old Hot Wheels Boulevard too. Here are Hot Wheels Boulevard, and I forgot which year this came from. This is 2011. But yeah, so Hot Wheels Boulevard, they are like, if you could see on the background, so they're like a car scene, American car culture, and they mostly showing American classic cars, American muscle cars, and etc. Just exactly fit with the background itself, which is like, if you go into car shows, and you could look at that. There's a little built-in right there, and yeah, I just love Hot Wheels Boulevard because it's American car scene, and you got American cars as well to fit in that background. But even though they have like a Factor or like a Ferrari F40, I mean it's a car scene, but they still do a lot of American muscle cars. But I don't know why Hot Wheels these days, they're just like cheeking out on American muscle cars, even though they do the artwork like 1950s diner, and that looks pretty cool diner, not gonna lie. But the cars selections, both of them are like Lamborghini, the new Countach with the blue color, and then there's like a Honda Civic. I mean, I don't hate it's being like Honda Civic and etc. A lot of them are like Japanese cars, and I don't think they are kind of like fit in this 1950s diner theme. And I love this one because this is 1950s car and 1950s diner, even though this is like a resto mod project from Hot Rod Garage, but the car is pretty much fit in. That just looks perfect on the card itself. And I love this checkered flag on the bottom, which just make the packaging looks even more beautiful. But yeah, Hot Wheels these days, they're not making a lot of American muscle cars anymore, because those cars don't sell anymore. I don't know why people like, not really liking American muscle cars again. I think there's no more room for American cars, like classic American cars anymore in general, I think, on Hot Wheels scene, which is kind of a shame. I still love American muscle cars, and I really do wish that one day Hot Wheels is bringing back their fantasy cars into a premium line, like this thing. This is a fantasy casting from Hot Wheels. This is the Rigger motor, and you could see it's actually in the Boulevard series, even though this is a fantasy car. But you know what? It's a hot rod. This is like the hot rod and the monsters, the Dragula. I think they are inspired by that thing, and just making their own twist, because that looks a lot like Coffin. So that's why you call it a Rigger motor. And there's a little skull up front and a little axe. I mean, even though this is just a fantasy car, but it has like interesting story behind it. If you don't understand, then you're just gonna probably like, yeah, this is just like a fantasy car. There's nothing special about it because it has no license on the back. But to me, cars like this have a lot of value, because this is not just like a fantasy car design like food cars or whatever. This had actually a meaning behind the design of it. Like this So Fast 2. This is also a fantasy casting, but if you see, you could actually open it up and see there's a supercharged V8 underneath and behind the driver, which is crazy. This is so fast, and it is designed to be a Bonneville speed breaker hot rod thingy. So Hot Wheels are not just like doing fantasy cars for being a fantasy cars, just like some kind of a Chinese brands like this thing. This is from the Zuru. Like, they do a fantasy cars for the sake, like, it looks great, it looks awesome, but that is, there's nothing behind it. It doesn't tell you any story behind it. You can't see any inspiration from it. It's probably taken from Aston Martin with Maserati, and that's it. There's no value behind it. But Hot Wheels like this holds value behind it. The ideas, and I think Hot Wheels need to do that again. Bring the fantasy castings on the premium line, because I love that. That's just my rant. So let's open this up, and let's take apart this a little bit, and there we go. Whoa, wow. Wow, this looks gnarly out of package. Look at, whoa. I love this a lot, man. This is probably like super underrated right now, because this is just absolute brilliant. Thank you so much, Hot Wheels, for making this. Even though I'm not a hot rod garage, I'm not watching their shows, but I just like cars that based on the real life version. Cars that are actually exist in real life, even though this is like a custom car. And for me, that has a little value to it. See, on the side there's a name, Hot Wheels logo. This is the back, of course. Front, back, side, top, everything is tempoed, because this is the premium line. You got a middle base. This is the base. Looks like a radiator on the back. And look at the meaty tires on the back and the skinnier tires up front. It looks, ooh, man, that looks really nice. The wheel choices also, man, that's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Wow, Hot Wheels. You outdid yourself in this one. And I don't see any other like implementation on this casting. I think Hot Wheels so far only make this thing. Would be cool with another, you know, tempos on the side, maybe like flames or anything like that. It would look super cool. But look at that, 807 horsepower. I just wish you had like you know, like a blower or something like that. That would look even more epic. Got tempoed, like red headlights, and also that yellow turn signals. Man, that looks gorgeous. The hood ornaments also had like tempoed. The rust effect is just so nice. And is that like only one racing seats, and the other side, the passengers doesn't get any seat at all? Whoa, super cool attention to detail. Look at that. Even got the straps on them. Looking really nice. Absolutely cool, Hot Wheels. Wow, I absolutely adore this one. Again, on the back and side, the wheel choices. Golly, this thing is, wow, this is just up there, man. This is absolutely fantastic Hot Wheels. Wow, just, man, I just don't know what to tell you. This is an awesome day to able to find all of this stuff out in the wild. And yeah, so that's my conclusion on this video. These 3 awesome pieces that I get. So thank you so much for watching. And if you like the video, don't forget to give a subscribe and thumbs up. And if you like to see more videos, more Hot Wheels, you can check out my channel. Alright guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you on another video. God bless everybody. Stay faithful, my friends. Bye bye.